broke down, and the repair costs are way higher than I expected. I need cash right now. I need cash. I can't also wait for payday. And borrowing money takes forever. What do I do? Wait a minute. I've been saving on the Achieve app. I should have some money there. Wow. My DigiSave investment on the Achieve app gained some additional interest. I love this app. With the Achieve app, I can instantly have access to my emergency savings anywhere, anytime. I've been saving little by little, and now I don't have to stress at all. Download the Achieve app today and start building your emergency fund. It's the smartest way to stay prepared for life surprises.
Hello, everyone, and good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are joining us from. You are welcome to our conversation on financial fitness for the ambitious. I am Kwabena Nyamechedapa, and I'm going to be your moderator. So before we get into the conversation, I want to know who is joining us and where you are joining us from. I can see about 41 people joining us collectively across all the various social media channels. We're actually live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and X. So if you are here, just let me know your name and where you are joining from. So you can let me know, maybe I'm Kwabena joining from Ashaman, or I'm Tanko joining from Ashtown. Let me know who is here and where you are joining us from. And definitely, I want to know your expectations, really, because I've been hearing some very interesting things people are saying about financial fitness. People are saying, okay, fitness, health fitness, what is financial fitness? When you saw the topic, what really came to mind? And what are you expecting to get out of today's conversation? So I can see Thompson from Lagos in Nigeria. Wow, Thompson, thank you so much from joining all the way in Nigeria. Gideon from Kaswa. Oh, I don't know why, but when I hear people from Kaswa, I'm just excited. No bias. I just get excited when I hear somebody from Kaswa. So yeah, let's see who else we have here. Okay, I'll probably take like the next 3 or 2, and then we'll run straight into the conversation. Financial fitness for the ambitious. I know that as young people growing in our careers, those who have arrived in their careers, like finances is something that is very, very important to us. And finances, really, for me, is one of the things that makes us make certain pivotal decisions in our lives. So I'm really, really excited to see all of you joining here. Dion, okay, I'm Gideon from Adenta. So Teddy, Prince, Gideon, please, can I get a lady? Can I get a lady? If no ladies is responding, oh yes. From Liberia, Ama William Toy from Liberia. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm quickly going to introduce our guest for today's conversation. First of all, is a dynamic business leader who has over 14 years of experience across sales, marketing, business leadership, and people management. As a lead consultant at Marge Consult and a co-founder of Girl Up Initiative, she has worked extensively with SMEs and mentored young women and professionals. Now, she's On this conversation on financial fitness for the ambitious, she will share her practical insights drawn from her personal journey as an ambitious employee and also as an entrepreneur, offering real world advice on building financial strength and navigating career growth and leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Wilhelmina Annan Nunu. Hello, Wilhelmina. Good to have you.
Hi, Kobna. Thanks for having me.
Great. Next, we have a seasoned finance professional with over a decade experience in financial management, with qualification in commerce, finance, and law. And as a chartered accountant, he brings a well-rounded perspective on the issues of money. And on today's conversation, he will share actionable insights from a finance perspective or from a finance lens, empowering ambitious individuals to make informed financial decisions that support their career and personal growth. Ladies and gentlemen, with a virtual round of applause, help me welcome Charles Nadu. Charles, good to have you.
Hi, Governor. I'm excited about the conversation already, and it's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Super. I'm excited that you're excited. I'm excited. All right. So, this conversation is proudly brought to you by Achieve by Petra. And Achieve by Petra offers investments, pensions, loans, and home services. Today, if you're somebody who wants to invest and you want to do it conveniently and in a safe way, you can just go to the Play Store or App Store, type Achieve by Petra, and you can download the app. Or you can just go to your phone and dial *713*70# and you'll be sent a link to be able to download the app. Right. So Achieve by Petra, thank you for bringing this our way. Let's go straight into the conversation. Let me start with the lady first, because they'll say ladies first. So let's start with the lady first. So Mina, when you think of financial, when you think of financial fitness, right, from your perspective as once an employee and now an entrepreneur, what really comes to your mind? Financial fitness.
So thank you, and I would want to say hello to everybody on the call. Financial fitness for me has to do with my ability to effectively manage money. Basically, manage money. Save for the future, not the rainy day now, and then also for any unexpected expenses. Yes, so it is to have me to be able to effectively manage my money, save for the rainy future or the sunny future, and then also save for unexpected expenses. So basically that, yes.
Interesting. Charles, so
Yes.
from a finance perspective, when you hear financial fitness, what comes to your mind?
All right. Thank you, Governor. For me, when I hear financial fitness, basically three things comes into mind. The first is your ability to control your money. So number one, your ability to control your money, the flexibility you have when it comes to life choices, especially if these choices concerns money, and then your ability to withstand a considerable level of financial shocks. For me, these three things is what comes to mind immediately when the conversation of financial fitness is open. And especially for the ambitious, it translates into living within your means, being intentional about your savings, and then having an investment for a bad day, like Wilhelmina said. So for me, three things: having control over your money, flexibility that you have, especially when you have to make financial decisions, and your ability to withstand a considerable level of financial shocks. And I'm underlining a considerable level because for all of us, there's a certain level of financial shocks that we cannot withstand. Yes. So that would be my initial comments.
I think that would take me to the next question. When you spoke about being able to stand some considerable amount of financial shocks, right? In your experience, right, have you come across or have you experienced maybe personally or seen people make some very poor money decisions that has affected them professionally?
Yes, Governor. So I will not say they've made poor money decisions, but at least I have seen the outcome of poor money decisions, and I have seen a lot of talented professionals who have missed out on some beautiful opportunities because they didn't have the required funding at the time. Governor, it will shock you to know that I even know someone who got an opportunity to travel outside for a solid opportunity. The only requirement was for him to produce a passport, and he could not raise the money to produce a passport.
Wow.
So it is that serious. You know, being financially fit, it gives you a lot of options. It gives you a lot of options. And the lack of it will often lead to fear, it will lead to hesitation. So opportunities that will come your way, which you would have taken on boldly because you have made poor financial decisions in the past, you don't have the required funding, you don't have the resources. There's a reason why the rich continue to be rich and the poor continue to be poor.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I hear you say that in as much as you are an ambitious person who is going out there trying to make something for yourself, you must also spend some considerable good amount of time building your financial fitness. Because all these things that you are doing, trying to bring opportunities your way, when the opportunity comes, it also requires for you to make some financial commitment to take you to the next level.
Absolutely.
And that's very interesting. So it's not enough to just try and get opportunities for yourself. You must also be financially ready to manage those opportunities.
Absolutely.
Interesting. So our audience online, we are not having this conversation without you. We actually put this together for you. So when we are having, I can see Deuce responding. I can see wrote active. I like that. So if you have any contributions, if somebody says something that you agree with, somebody says something that you disagree with, let us know in the comment section. And from time to time, I'll be visiting the comment section to bring your concerns known to my guests on this panel. Now let me go to Mina. Mina, how does your financial health impact your ability to take bold career moves, like to relocate, change jobs, even start a business? For somebody like you who is an entrepreneur today, how does financial fitness really set you up to take these decisions in the manner that is bold?
So for me, there were two things I was looking at when I was, still an employee. When I was an employee, I looked at two things: one, health, fitness, I would say, then the financial fitness. The health fitness is basically to give me the comfort of getting a good hospital to access healthcare. And then the second bit has to do with, of course, the money that I would get. Because I know what I'm bringing on board. And so it has to equate to the salary that you're giving to me. So if I need to make a bold career move, these are the two things that I look at: health and then the finance, of course, the money that you're giving me. But if you want to start something for yourself, of course, you need to save for that. If you're going into the product space, you need to really save to be able to buy the stuffs to be able to sell. But if you are in the service space, service, you really do not need a lot of money to do, business. Service has to do with either you're an MC, you're a trainer, or anything. Those things you don't need money. But if you would want to go into the, let's say, the natural juice space, you need money for the fruits, you need money for the machines, you need money for the bottles and everything. So you need to save for that. And so when you are looking at that, you really, really need to if well, you'd have to probably have a short-term goals and a long-term goals for your finance or your money. And so let's do the short term. The short term would have to do, okay, fine, in the next 2 years, I would want to set up something for myself. And so this is the amount of money that I would have to put down every month, so that at the end of the 2 years, when I'm coming up, I'll be able to afford 2 people to help me when I'm still working, and they will be at the factory or the little room you would call a factory to start the process. You also need money to buy fruits, on all those things that you need. So for me, career move, I look at 2 things: health, fitness, and then the financial fitness. And then also, if you want to start something for yourself, of course, have a short-term and a long-term goals for your finance or for the money. And most of the times, the monies that we get to save are from the salary that we get. And a lot of people are saying that salary does not make us rich. Fair enough. That's also a conversation for another day. But then let's look at the fact that at the end of the month, something is coming into your pocket. And so you'd have to save something for the sunny future. So that's it. Yeah.
Right. Interesting. So now let me go back to Charles, right? Mina has thrown more light on what you need to do as an employee to get yourself sorted financially, and when you also want to go out there to start your own business, means you also have to invest or save some money to be able to transition smoothly. And one of the things that I liked in what she said is that you get this money from your salary. Now, in getting this money from your salary or wherever that you get it from, right? What have you seen are the habits of successful people what are the habits of people who are ambitious and financially prudent? Because in your first submission, you made us know that you can be very ambitious and not financially prudent. But what are the traits or the habits of people who are prudent, or who are hardworking, or who are ambitious and also financially prudent?
All right, thank you, Governor. So 2 things. One is automation, and the second thing is delayed gratification. So let me take the first one, automation.
Yeah.
All right, there are many people who receive all their incomes into their account before they decide what they want to invest after they have spent. Governor, I haven't seen anybody who has been financially successful who does that. So the best approach, in my view, for which people have tried, it's been tested and it's working for many people, is you need to automate your savings and your investment. So a certain amount that you have designated as a savings, it needs to go out of your account even before the rest is available to you. Because trust me, the way life is, if you receive all the funds in your hands, the temptation is that you are never going to be able to save. So for me personally, what normally comes into my account at the end of the month is what is available for me to spend.
Right.
Are you following, Conan?
I'm following. That's very interesting.
So so there are a lot of options for you in terms of automating your savings, and I believe that we'll come to those options. But for you to be successful, Kwabena, the first thing you must know is that you need to automate your investments. You need to automate your savings. Don't receive all the money in your account and spend, then you decide to save what is left. You need to spend after saving, not to save after spending. That's number one.
You need to say that again.
You need to
save after spending. Oh no,
no.
You save before spending.
Yes.
Okay. That's interesting. But you mentioned you mentioned that you have do you have any tools that can actually help you in automating your investments or savings?
There are a number of them. So the first is the Achieve by Petra app.
Right.
Yes, you are able to automate your savings and investment on that app. So you're able to give in your debit card or your credit card information, and decide that at this time of the month, this amount of money should go into a savings for me. So on that day of the month, automatically that money leaves into your account. So for me, for example, I use my payday. So on my payday, once the money comes, that portion is automatically taken out into an investment for me. So Achieve by Petra app is a very classical example. It's been tried, it's been tested, it's very safe, very secure, and very convenient.
Right. Then now to delayed gratification. I'm interested in that one.
Yes, to delayed gratification. Avoid unnecessary spending, even if you can afford. Once a while, people receive a rise in income. If you become successful, then the change in your income should never be proportionate to the change in your taste and preferences. For many people, once they see a rise in their income, everything about them changes. You see him today and you will notice that this gentleman has had a pay rise.
I'll pick it.
Yes. For many people, you see them today and you can tell that something changed on this person. If the change in your income is always the change in your taste and preferences, then I can tell you are never going to make any progress.
I think that has to stick. So I think there's a research that says that when you write something down, it sticks better than when you just hear it. So I want as many people as can write what Charles just said, that if your change in income shouldn't be proportionate. No, why am I getting this?
Yes,
no,
you are right. So the change in your income should never be proportionate to the changes in your taste and preferences.
Okay, so the change in your income should not be proportionate to the change in your expenses.
Exactly. You have put it in a mild way. Yeah, so that if you see a 10% rise in your income, it doesn't automatically translate into a 10% change in your taste and preferences, right? Yeah, so that if you were eating gobe and then you've seen a 10% change in income, suddenly you start eating at Movenpick. How are you going to make progress?
People have to see you. Yeah, until I must say that there will be signs. That's interesting. So what you are saying here, let me ask the follow-up question. Does it mean that when things change in my life, okay, I think you've answered it, it shouldn't be proportionate. So even though there's a change in your lifestyle, it shouldn't be proportionate to the change in your income. Because if it's proportionate to a change in your income, it all cancel out to zero.
It's a zero-sum game.
And understood.
It means that nothing changed about you, really.
Nothing changed. Nothing changed.
You're still the same person.
So please, guys, let me know in the comment section how you understand this. That the change in your income should not be proportionately equal to the change in your expenses. Or you can write it as a confession. The change in my income will not be proportionately equal to the change in my expenses. So you can write it there so that you keep it as a reminder, or write it somewhere that you remember, so that if you have, for those of you whose financial year ends in June and you are entered July and they have told you that your income or your salary is increasing, please let this be your confession. Don't go and promise anybody anything. Okay. So Wilhelmina, let me get to you. You see, ambitious people, right? There's always that pressure for them to look the part. You are following it. There is always that pressure for them to look the part, like expensive clothes, cars, lifestyle. It's like I have to look a certain way to be seen as an ambitious person. So how do you get grounded and focused financially in order not to fall for this trap?
Pabna, I would say that for the ambitious, definitely would fall into the trap. You definitely fall into the trap. Most especially with us women. You definitely
Mm-hmm.
fall into the trap.
Hmm.
Now, the bit of, okay, so I've seen this new wig, I need to get it.
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen this new shoe, I need to get it. I've seen this new bag, this new clothes, I need to get it. That one, you cannot take it away from the ladies, especially. Well, yes.
Hmm. Please, ladies,
But
let us know.
let me go back a little bit to what let me go back to a little bit of what Charles said, as in the last thing that he mentioned, that the change in your income should not, be proportionate.
The change in
Well,
expenses.
you see, when there's salary increment and all that, we are always, what, yeah, I need to, you're saying gobe. Maybe I need to go back to Banku with tilapia, move to that and all that. Yes, then we'll go like we see, okay, fine. Yes, my my
Taste
hard work has been appreciated. Exactly.
understood.
Especially when you are, working. So it is there. But for me, what has kept me grounded is the fact that I know that if I get into a situation where I don't have money, it'll be
Mm-hmm.
difficult to get it from somewhere. The
Hmm.
automation bits that he said it is true. I've got a lot of that, about six of that. That's every month they deduct. And so
Mm-hmm.
I get into it when I'm low, low, low. Then I can go there and go and take it. But to say that,
Mm-hmm.
okay, fine, I have got somewhere that I need to say, when I don't have this, give it to me, it's a problem. So I'm always grounded and have it in mind and my mindset that this is me and this is what I earn. This is what I use for food and this is what I use for
Mm-hmm.
clothes. And so at the end of the day, I have to have this to be able to help me. Some few
Mm-hmm.
years back, I made some drastic changes in my finances, and honestly, it was a disaster for me. It was
Hmm.
a disaster in the sense that I looked around and I couldn't get anybody to help. A
Hmm.
lot of my friends were saying, "Oh, I wish I could help. I wish I could help. I wish I could help." That was a wake up call for me.
Right.
That was a wake up call for me. And so I decided, okay, fine. The automation bit is very important to me. Now I'm going to minimize the way I send money out. Because when you
Mm-hmm.
send money out, you don't get it in from people. People
Mm-hmm.
need money. When they come to you, they go like, okay, fine. But when you need money, nobody's there to give it to you. And so that was a wake up call for me. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm always guided by that. And it has kept me grounded to the extent that I always say that I don't have to go around saying that I need money from somebody. I always have
Hmm.
something in this place, in this place, in this place. When you introduce Achieve by Petra, yes, I did
Mm-hmm.
something. Even I haven't continued because I've stopped using that phone. But immediately, 3 days ago, we were talking about it as siblings. I'm like, okay, so we need to have a group something. Achieve by
Mm-hmm.
Petra is there. So I introduced my brother to
Yeah.
it. They have it on their phone. I have to get the ball rolling for us to start again.
Mm-hmm.
All these things are there. But for me, the mistake I made some years ago is always in my head and it keeps me grounded that I need to always keep some money somewhere.
Yeah.
And even if I have to buy something that is very expensive, probably in the
Mm-hmm.
next 6 months, if this money is if what I'm buying is very expensive, if I
Mm-hmm.
have to save, I have to save for that. I don't have to
Yeah.
buy it at once. I would have to save for it. I always have something in my buffer to help me. Even if it is 5 cedis to help me, I have that I can rely on my 5 cedis. Mistake I made some years back gave a wake up call, and so it has kept me grounded financially. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. And I'm so excited that you're willing to be vulnerable on the call to even see that you made a mistake yourself and that was a wake up call. And I'm sure that a lot more people on this call can relate to that. Sometimes you make the mistake and it's a wake up call. But if you're on this call and you have not made that mistake yet, please let's learn from the experiences that Mina and Charles are sharing so that you can make better decisions. You don't have to learn from your own mistakes. You can learn from or take lessons from the mistakes of others so that you can live a better life. So I'm excited that we have brought up all these things that we shouldn't do to make us cash trapped or to make us financially unfit. But more to it, Charles, for professionals on a modest income, right? What more can they look at even investing in? to be able to create a brighter future for themselves. Because a lot of people might be living, they are not living on like big incomes, maybe very modest incomes. And they always, the conversation is that my money is small, I cannot save, and things like that. But the future will not know that your money was small. The future will always come, and if you're not prepared, the storms will take you away. So, what can people like this do to make sure that they have secured something for themselves in the future?
All right, Kwabena, so one thing about financial fitness is that it requires a lot of discipline. It requires a lot of discipline. The truth is that if you are not disciplined enough to save while your income was very small, trust me, you cannot save when your income begins to grow. So financial discipline or financial fitness requires a lot of discipline. You have to discipline yourself to come to the point where you will decide that if it is 1 cedi that I can save, I will save the 1 cedi. Your income level might be very low, but the point is that you need to start small, but be consistent.
Start small, but be consistent.
Start small, but be consistent. So if it's 100 cedis or 50 cedis you can save every month, you must save it every month. And as your income levels are growing, you grow your savings along that line. So it requires discipline. It doesn't have to be big, because if you can't save while you were earning a small amount, you cannot save when your income level grows. So start small, but be consistent. So that's 2. Then finally, what I will say about that is you need to be open to professional advice. You need to be open to professional advice. So there are many people who, for all their lives, they've never listened to any finance talk before. They've never watched any finance webinar before. They've never read any finance book before. How do you want to succeed financially? So based on what knowledge are you driving? You want to build some financial fortune for yourself. Finance comes with knowledge, right? So if you have the knowledge on how to organize your finances, you are in a better position. But if you don't have the knowledge at all, trust me, you are not going anywhere. You are not going anywhere. So you need to be open to professional advice. You need to start small, but be consistent with your savings. And you need to be disciplined. You need to be disciplined. You have to discipline yourself. After the discipline, if it is out, you are equally out. You are equally out.
No discipline, no financial fitness.
Of course.
And that's so true. And I like what you said at the beginning, that start small. And on the Achieve by Petra app, we have an investment product that we call DigiSave. And with as little as 10 Ghana cedis, you can start investing on DigiSave. So you do not have an excuse, anyone on this call, all the over 150 people that we have on this call, do not have an excuse to say you cannot invest, because it's only 10 Ghana cedi. You can start investing. And the more you invest, and if you apply the principles Charles is telling us, the discipline and all that, you'll be able to grow the money that you're investing there, and you're able to see some better returns to prepare you for the future. So if you are here and you do not know about the DigiSave, you've not heard of Achieve by Petra, just go to the Play Store or the App Store, type Achieve by Petra, and you get access to the app. Go through it. If you're having challenges onboarding the app, just go to our YouTube channel. We have a lot of how-to videos. You can watch them and they will help you go through. Our YouTube channel is Achieve by Petra. Type Achieve by Petra. You see our YouTube channel. We have a lot of videos that will help you to onboard. So Mina, let me come to Mina. Mina, as professionals, right? Especially for people who are especially for people who are in the professional services, getting professional certifications is important for your growth. Getting your master certification or getting a master certificate is important for your growth. Getting all these extra learnings in addition to your first degree, or even if you don't have a first degree, getting a first degree is important for you to grow in your professional career. And you also have financial responsibilities. You also have financial goals. How do you manage the two, professional expenses and also financial goals? How do you marry the two in a way that helps you to become financially prudent and you don't fall into the trap of being cash trapped?
Okay, so when I set out to read my masters, I was working in a company and I looked at the school fees. Fortunately, where I had my education, you can pay monthly, and I realized that if I pay monthly, the rest of the money, I mean, I can't do anything with it. So I set out to look for other opportunities to be able to pay the school fees in the month and also have something for transport, for feeding, and for a little bit of saving. And so I looked for, an opportunity where I could negotiate to a double of what I was taking. And so I did that,
Right.
and that helped me secure me to read my master's. Now, somewhere last year, when I wanted to really get into the SME market very well, to understand how, SMEs come up in the emerging economies, I saw this course online and I looked at the dollar rate at that time. I'm like, wow, so I was just monitoring it. And as soon as it got to a 50%, I just made deposits. In fact, making the deposits, it was a tooth and I looked at it and I said, when they deducted it from my account, I said, wow, something shook in me. But if I had paid earlier, I would have paid 100% of it. But I waited for a 50%, then I paid. Sometimes when we embark on these things, you need to put bare all your expenses and everything, how much you spend for transportation, for feeding, for clothes, for utility bills, and then all that. Look at it. When you take out everything, will it be enough for you to pursue that master's degree? Will it be enough to pursue that professional degree? Will it be enough to pursue that certification course? If not, probably you'd want to look at a certain time and say, let me put a pause to it. Look for other avenues that can give me additional income. Or you can also probably can do some side gigs and all that. If you're very good with public speaking, you can do an MCing job so that it would help you have that money to be able to pursue those dreams. And if you are a low income earner, sometimes pursuing all these things, it takes a longer time because then again, you're looking at your utilities, you're looking at your transportation, feeding, and all those things. And then also probably family obligations as well.
Expenses.
So looking at all of this, you need to always, make room for something. And then Charles made mention of being disciplined. A lot of professionals, we are not disciplined with our finances. We are not disciplined. A lot of professionals, we are not disciplined with our finances. We have the notion that every month there's something coming into my account. And so, I mean, if something comes into my account at the end of every month, I mean, and then also do something the other time. Then again, there's also another bit of, having things on debt. We tend to have things on credit, professionals.
High
We
pitches.
tend to have things on credit, and that also has to do with the financial. But let me put that into it. We tend to have things on credit. Yes, no, not high purchase. So maybe I've got a lady who sells clothes. I go to her and I pick about 6 of it. So next month I'll give you money. At the end of the next month, your salary is in, and you push half of it to pay for the money. That is indiscipline on the part of professionals, if I would say. That is just by the way. But to provide, finances for your certification and then masters, look at the things that you have on the board, put it on the playground, select those that are important, make sure that you have something. If it's not enough, look for another event that can give you enough. Either you have to have another side gig to help you, or a different job that can give you a double of your salary to be able to help you with it, because certification, qualification, masters is also important. It pushes you to the career ladder, so it's also very important.
Yeah. So I hear you say that to marry the two professional obligations and then your financial obligations. First of all, you must know what your how much money that you have and be sincere with yourself. And then when you notice that it's not enough, You have to
Sure.
take on extra jobs, and that will put a strain on you. But it is good.
Exactly.
But you have to pick on extra jobs to
Absolutely.
be,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you can also tap into your
Yeah.
talents to create some income for
Talents.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
Income.
last
Sure.
one was discipline. You have to be disciplined to be consistently making some money to be
Yeah.
able to fulfill your career growth obligations. That's interesting.
Absolutely.
So our listeners on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and X, we also want to hear from you. So at this point, if you have any questions, I'll take them. So if you have any questions, you can just drop the questions in the comment box, either on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or X, and my panelists will be here to give you some insights in how you can make better decisions when it comes to your financial fitness. Now, Charles, we are speaking of financial fitness, making good decisions, but sometimes we make mistakes, right? So, what are some of the financial mistakes that you have seen ambitious people make? And for you, what are some of the recommended ways of bouncing back from those kind of mistakes?
All right, thank you, Kobna. I think when Mina was speaking earlier, she said she was on Achieve by Petra app and some time ago and she left. Mina, please, can you go back to the app again? We got you covered.
I haven't left.
Yes.
I haven't left. It's on hold. I haven't left.
Oh,
I've got a
please,
little points
please.
in it. I haven't left.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay,
come
so
back.
you paused
Leave
it.
that hold.
Yes, it's on pause.
Okay. All right, Kobna. So, you remember the banking sector cleanup?
Yes.
People
Yes.
went to work, closed from work, and by the next morning they were unemployed. Maybe I'll take it again. So during the banking sector cleanup, people
Yeah.
went to work. People went to work, closed from work. They had expectation of going to work the next day to continue earning their money, and by the next morning, they were
You're out of
unemployed.
work.
Yes. And for many people who didn't discipline themselves financially, this was shock. This was a shock. But for others who had the extra oil, all the time they had to stay in the house, they had their lamps lit and they didn't have to struggle. And for those who made mistakes then, and for my friends who made mistakes then,
Yeah.
they bounced back quickly. How did they do this? Speaking to them, what I gleaned from the interaction was that they saw the previous mistakes that they made as feedback. So instead of going back to sleep, they immediately had to trigger plan B. So after they landed their next opportunity, they didn't joke with their savings and investments at all. They made sure that with the little that they had, they still had to save for a bad day, as what happened to them during the banking sector cleanup. So yes, people make mistakes, and many people made mistakes then. But as a professional, when you make a mistake, just understand that that is feedback you are receiving for your own way of life. Mina mentioned that a lot of professionals are not disciplined. Yes, sometimes you really don't see the results of your indiscipline until it hits you hard. But if it hits you hard, just understand that life is giving you feedback for your financial mistakes. Pick the feedback, pick the lessons, and then put your life back on track.
When life hits you hard, remember that life is giving you feedback. It's not mistakes. So you pick yourself up and go at it again, but this time with experience and not with an empty mind.
Of course.
I like that. I like that. I like that. So as what would you say should be? I think this is a mindset, right? Listening to what you are saying, it means that as a professional, especially as an ambitious person, there's a certain disposition that you should have towards money, a certain disposition that you should have towards life in order to be successful. And from what you are saying, I hear you say that one of the mindset orientation you should have is that bad things can happen to good people. But
Exactly.
things can go wrong at some time. And when the
Exactly.
things go wrong, don't take it too personal. It's feedback. Work on it and go at it again. So I like the disposition that you brought on this particular topic. So I want to find out from you what has really informed, aside your experiences, are there certain books that you have read that has informed the way you feel and the way you treat money? Are there certain podcasts that you would like to share with us so that we can also listen to read them, so that also helps our disposition and orientation towards money?
All right. Thank you,
Charles.
Kwabna. Thank you, Kwabna. So I am a Christian. So let me start this way. There are many financial lessons in the Bible. They are uncountable. The Bible teaches us in uncountable ways how we ought to be disciplined with our money or to discipline ourselves financially. So something like Ecclesiastes chapter 9, if I could just paraphrase, the Bible says that there was a city that came under siege, and there was a man who lived in the city. The Bible called him the poor wise man. And by his knowledge, he saved the city, but he was not remembered. So the Bible says that wisdom is good, but the wisdom of a poor man is despised. So what is the Bible telling you? Poverty is not good, because the wisdom of the poor man is despised. Then Jesus says that, who is that man when he starts building his house will not first sit down and count the cost, lest he starts, gets to the middle, gets stuck, and people begin to point fingers at the person and laugh at him. So that is the Bible practically teaching you how to be financially disciplined, right? So for my friends who are listening to us who are Christians, if you go into your Bible, you will find 1,001 times that the Bible cautions us and actually advises us on how to discipline our lives. And then I make time to listen to a lot of finance webinars. I am a finance person, and so for books, there are uncountable books I've read. I don't want to bore our viewers with that, but I make time to listen to other professionals. So as we are talking, there are many things I've heard Mina say, which I've learned, right? So beyond the Bible, beyond the literature I've read, because of my background, I listen to people, I listen to professionals, I listen to my bosses who have gone ahead of me. And the best way life teaches you is to learn from those who have gone ahead of you. And so my boss, for example, his life is like a script that I read. How he manages his own finances, how he even manages the finances of the company is amazing. It's a script I read every day, and it guides me every now and then. That if you're able to manage the company's affairs such that everything is in order, your cash flow projection, everything is in order, is the same way you are supposed to manage your life. So I know he's listening to me. I just want to thank him for all the life lessons he's given me since I met him. It's been amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Interesting. I like how you learn from your environment. So even the people who are very close to you. So it then brings me to another point, that you should have the right kind of people around you. Because if you don't have the right kind of people around you, you are learning the wrong things. If you have the right people, you are definitely learning the right kind of things. So Mina, let us hear from you. Aside your personal experiences, what books, what podcasts, what really informs your behavior towards them?
I think Charles has mentioned too, the Bible, that is the ultimate for all of us. And then also having the right, people. Somewhere last year, I decided, okay, fine. I met a group of people and they said, why don't we do Susu every month? And that helped me last year when I was graduating. I think we started last 2 years, and it helped me because after every 6 months, you are getting your money, and it helped. Even though giving out the money every month is pulling something out of you, but at the end of the month, and when it is your turn, you are getting your money. And it was good. So getting the right people with the right mindset on finance is very good. But one book that woke up something in me some years ago, that's about 2017, 2018. I've forgotten the year the book came about. That is The
Right.
Smart Money Woman by Arese
Okay, the
Ogui or
Nigerian
Agui or
woman.
whatever.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it woke up something in me. And that is where I began to, take the automation seriously. That is why I began to make budgets, write
Yeah.
everything I spend, keep
Yeah.
receipts so that I will know that this month, this is how much I have done. And
Mm.
it helped, it really, really helped me. And then also having the visuals, going on Netflix and all that. I'm not one person that subscribes to everything that is on the internet. I mean, some of
Mm.
the things you subscribe and you're not even using it, which is a waste of money.
True.
So I also, got that. I mean, to budget and all that, you don't have to waste money on a lot of things.
Mm.
The most important thing is what you have to spend money on. The rest, just leave it.
Yeah.
So, three things: the Bible, having the right people who have the right mindset on finance, and the Smart Money Woman. It has really helped me. Purposely because some of the professional lady. One of the ladies in the character of the book was a professional lady, so that really spoke to me, and it also really
Mm.
shaped my mind when it comes to finance. Yeah.
Interesting. Amazing. So the smart money woman. So if you are, I think if you're a man or a woman on this call and you have not read that book, you should grab that book, The
Yeah.
Smart Money Woman. I think it's a very, very good book. It's going to help you to see how to spend money. I think they had some particular characters in it, and I'm sure that some of the characters might be some of you here. The one who likes spending money, didn't want to plan. The
Yeah.
one, there are a couple of them, a
Exactly.
couple of them. So
Exactly.
yeah, it's a good book.
Yeah.
It is a good book. So, viewers, let me hear from you. We've had this conversation for about 50 minutes running. I want to hear from you. Let me hear what you have learned in this past 50 minutes. What has really stuck with you, and what you're going to do differently. Let's just have a conversation now from the comment section, because we are doing this for you and with you. At Achieved by Petra, we really are interested in making financial literacy more available to you. So when you visit our various social media channels, we've through reels, through interesting content styles, we put out a lot of information that will help you understand money, have a better understanding of finances, and how you can also prepare for the future. Today on the app, we have DigiSave, which I told you with only 10 Ghana cedis, you can start investing in DigiSave. On the app, you can see how your money is growing on a daily basis. You can track it. You have access to your money anytime. On the app, you just can, if you want to withdraw your money, you can either have it immediately or you can have it over one working day. We also have global tech. This helps you invest in international tech companies like Tesla, Amazon, and with only 100 Ghana cedis, you can start investing in it. We have Eurobond Trust, which invests in international securities. So if you want to invest in international securities, normally you want to hedge against inflation, buy the dollar, you can be looking at EBT, that's Eurobond Trust. So these are say investment services that we have available for you. So if you are someone who finds investment as a big thing, sometimes you think that, oh, investment is only for the rich people. No, Achieved by Petra has democratized investment, and we've brought investment to your doorstep. So just go to the Play Store or App Store, type Achieved by Petra, you can download it, and you have investment products right at your fingertips. So let me see what we have in the comment section. Deuce says that active. Evans says he's joining from Offenso. Wow, that's interesting. Thanks for joining, Evans. We have Yauntiamo and say there will be signs. And Wella laughing. Clement says exactly. Debbie says chief finance officer. Oh, okay. I'm sure when Charles was hailing his boss, Debbie was responding to that chief finance officer. So if you have any questions, I think this is the time. We have about 8 minutes to go. So if you have any questions, you can drop your questions. And if you have any contributions, you can drop your contributions in the comment section. And before we wrap up, let's just take a quick commercial break from our sponsors, Achieved by Petra, and then we'll be right back.
Oh no, my car broke down and the repair costs are way higher than I expected. I need cash right now. I need cash. I can't also wait for payday. And borrowing money takes forever. What do I do? Wait a minute. I've been saving on the Achieve app. I should have some money there. Wow. My DigiSave investment on the Achieve app gained some additional interest. I love this app. With the Achieve app, I can instantly have access to my emergency savings anywhere, anytime. I've been saving little by little, and now I don't have to stress at all. Download the Achieve app today and start building your emergency fund. It's the smartest way to stay prepared for life surprises.
All right. Thank you for staying tuned in. Let's see. Also, Evans is asking that, are you in any way linked with Petra that manages pensions? Yes, that's our mother company. So Achieve by Petra is an offshoot of Petra. So we are the same. We are one family. So that should give you some security that when you are investing with Achieve by Petra, you are investing with a financial house that is known, trusted, and has been here for more than 13 years. So you are investing with the masters. So it's a yes, Evans. We are an offshoot of Petra that manages pensions. Okay, Ransford is asking, when is fixed investment slots coming up? Ransford, it will be coming up shortly. Fingers crossed. When it's up, we'll definitely let you know. So I can see that we have a lot of people who are already users of the app on this call. Thank you so much for investing your time to listen to all that we had to share. So before we wrap up, I'll take the closing remarks from our panelists, and this time I'll start with the gentleman first, and I'll end with the lady. So Charles, let's hear your closing remarks.
All right. Thank you so much, Kobna, for having me on this interesting discussion to share my perspective. And then thank you to all those who have made time to join to listen to us. Kobna, people have often said that you need to make hay while the sun shines. And we've heard that 1,000 times. But let me add one to it. You can also make silage while it rains. So whereas you are making hay while the sun shines, you can also make silage while it rains. So on a rainy day, save and invest. On a sunny day, save and invest. Those will be my closing remarks. Thank you so much, partner.
Thank you. Charles, today I've been dropping bars upon bars. Oh, I think Mina dropped off. Let me wait a while to get Mina to join. So in the meantime, as I get Mina to join and she gives us her closing remarks, we just ponder on what Charles told us. On the rainy day, save and invest. On the sunny days as well, save and invest. All right. Okay. So Manav says that I'm a content creator. I led people to Achieve by Petra. Is doing well, but Balanced Growth has no withdrawal button. They ask, I have noticed that too. Yes. So we would update you on those on the Balanced Growth Fund very soon. the features will be up very soon, and we'll let you know about it. But I'm very excited, Manaf, that all your friends that you introduced to the app are excited about the growth, and I'm good. I'm happy to see that you're a content creator. We actually have something interesting coming for content creators. So, Manaf, fingers crossed, and you hear from us. Stay tuned to our social media pages. All right, Mina, let's hear your closing remarks.
Yes, Kwabena. So, sorry, my network dropped. So I would say that we need to save for.
Mina, you can put off your video so
You know
that
that
you can
when
put
you
off
have
your
more
video.
money, there's more impact. More impact in the sense that you are able to do whatever that you have to do, whether in advancing in your professional career or starting a business or anything. More money, there's more impact. And then also, well, money can also be a freedom too. Charles, I don't know if you can help with that, but money is also a freedom tool. It can help you do everything that you want to do, especially those of us who want the soft life. It would help you with your soft life
Soft
mentality
life
or your
agenda.
mindset. Absolutely, absolutely. And I would want us to, say this. I mean, always speaking to yourself like this, helps you have be in an environment that is very positive for yourself. So always tell yourself that I deserve to be wealthy. So yes, you have to always tell yourself, I deserve to be wealthy, and wealthy in a very legit way, having your automations, savings, and then all that, and then also subscribing to the Achieve by Petra app, and then make your own savings. Yes.
Understood. So, Mina, if people want to connect with you, what's the best way they could connect with you?
Best way is LinkedIn. I'm very active on LinkedIn. So you can get me on LinkedIn at Wilhelmina AA Ananunu on LinkedIn. Yes, we'll connect. And then if I would say this, I have my upcoming summits on the 26th of July. And so if you're in the sales, marketing, customer service, business development, an entrepreneur, you're an SME, this event is for you. And it's a 300 Ghana cedis ticketed event. We're having it at the Ghana India Kofi Annan Center of Excellence at Ridge. So if anything, just hit me up on LinkedIn and then we'll take it from there. Yeah.
Great. Charles, those who want to connect with you, how do they do that?
All right, so those who want to connect with me, the name is Charles Nadu on LinkedIn. But before you connect with Charles Nadu on LinkedIn, make sure you have connected with Achieve by Petra app. Thank you, Kwabena.
Absolutely, yeah.
Come on. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you for spending your time with us and for sharing, allowing us to be part of your experience. Or glean from your experience. Thank you so much for the time shared with us. And for all those who are joining us online, thank you so much. I'm sure that you have learned one or two things. You can also share this link with your friends, your colleagues, and they can also learn from the experiences that have been shared. And as it goes on, when you come back to listen to the webinar again, you can definitely leave a comment or two on it. And if you are not following us on our social media platform, please do all to follow us, because we have a lot of such events coming, so that we're going to help you to increase your confidence with money and also get closer to more money. Thank you so much and enjoy the rest of your week. Bye for now, everyone.
Nice. Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Oh no, my car broke down and the repair costs are way higher than I expected. I need cash right now. I need cash. I can't also wait for payday. And borrowing money takes forever. What do I do? Wait a minute. I've been saving on the Achieve app. I should have some money there. Wow. My DigiSave investment on the Achieve app gained some additional interest. I love this app. With the Achieve app, I can instantly have access to my emergency savings anywhere, anytime. I've been saving little by little, and now I don't have to stress at all. Download the Achieve app today and start building your emergency fund. It's the smartest way to stay prepared for life surprises.